Gavel to gavel excitement. Our soccer report is back in session, and we bring you a preview of the budding rivalry between the Walton and Pope women's teams.
And the JV basketball team at Sprayberry debates the ways and means of spending millions of dollars in tonight's Minute Mike.
But as always, it's time to take to the floor for big game number 1. Here is Etowah at Marietta.
Charlie Hood and his 10th-ranked Blue Devils hosted Etowah Friday night without standout sophomore Dion Glover, who sat out the first of a 2-game suspension, but Blue Devils Travis Zachary and Michael Groves stepped it up in their teammates' absence. Zachary with a nice move to the hoop puts it in for 2. He racked up 16 points. So did Michael Groves, who takes Zachary's bounce pass in for 2 more Blue Devil points. Groves also led his team with a dozen rebounds. Etowah stepped it up and outscored Marietta by 3 points in the 3rd period. Pierce kisses the glass for an Etowah 2. The Eagles had a shot in the 4th, but with shots like this from Devils' David Noyce, the War Eagles bowed down and gave Marietta their 9th win.
Of course, we were without one of our starters and leading scorer, and I thought Michael picked his game up a little bit and had one of his better games, scoring 16, and that's his 2nd highest of the year. Travis, I thought, played exceptionally well tonight. It was a good team effort.
Well, with more team efforts like that, the Blue Devil basketball team could rival its football team's success. Marietta battles Sprayberry this Friday, and Etowah faces Lassiter.
We move to some women's action for big game number 2, where the Pebblebrook Falcons host the Osborne Cardinals. Now, Pebblebrook has had a rough start this season and looks for their first win against Osborne, who sports one of the best post players in the county in Montrine Thomas. Here's big game number 2. Montrine Thomas was resting on the bench after scoring 12 first-quarter points and propelling Osborne to a 25-6 lead after 1 period. That's when teammate Tara Price took the ball and ran with it, literally. The Cardinals led by 23 at the break. Falcon coach Anderson told her players to pick it up, and that's just what Mickey Pendley does. Making the nice steal, she heads to the hoop and lays in 2 of her 4. But this was Osborne's night. Montrine Thomas drops the nice pass into Tara Price, who scored 13 in the game. Osborne coach Bowler told his team to move it around, so they got the ball to April Griffin, who stops and pops, hitting the short jumper. She finished with 8 points. Montrine Thomas led the scoring with 16 points on the way to the Cardinal victory.
We came out here and tried to play hard and wanted to work on the things that we weren't doing so well. So basically, we played together as a team. We passed the ball well. We ran the floor well. And it came up with a win.
Osborne heads to Lithia Springs Friday night and hosts McEachern on Saturday.
Tonight's Soccer Report is brought to you by Soccer Plus on Lower Roswell Road. Get 25% off all Adidas accessories when you mention this ad. The complete soccer store is Soccer Plus in Marietta.
Last week, we introduced you to our soccer report. Well, for this week's segment, we want to preview the Walton women's soccer team, which has traditionally dominated Region 6 Quad A. But there's a school right around the corner that has the Raiders shaking in their shin guards. Since the inception of women's soccer in Cobb County during the mid-'80s, Walton has always been the team to beat. The Raiders have consistently made it to at least the quarterfinals of state competition and actually took the title several times. Let's not forget the numerous region championships and the Raiders' national recognition.
We feel pretty good about the tradition that we have built up. We've been state champions 2 years since the start of soccer. We won in 1991 and 1993. We were ranked nationally number 4 in 1993 and nationally number 7 in 1991. So actually across the country, we have even been traditionally strong, not only in our state, but across the country.
Last year, for the first time ever, Walton lost a region championship game. They relinquished the title to their next-door neighbor, Pope. The Greyhounds have quietly built a powerhouse program, and Coach Logren feels that Pope is even stronger in 1995.
I feel certain that they'll probably be one of the favored teams in the state. As a matter of fact, I have that much respect for them as a team, and they're going to be that good.
We will have quite a few seniors back. As I said, we have 2 leading scorers are back. They were sophomores last year. It'll be juniors this year. Midfield, we should be fairly solid. We've lost some key players, some really good players to graduation, and then Christy's injury will certainly hurt us, but we'll try to work around that as best we can.
One of Coach Beasley's top players, Chrissy Sullivan, is out with an injury, but Pope's 2 leading scorers are back. Meanwhile, Walton has lost 5 starters, but they can fall back on a solid core of returning players. It'll be a dogfight when these 2 teams come face to face.
So we're looking forward to playing them. I think it'll be a great game, and I think they probably feel the same way, too.
Don't be sorry. We'll beat them. I know we will.
We'll worry about them when the time comes.
Well, only time will tell what's going to happen with this budding rivalry between Pope and Walton, but you certainly don't have to wait any longer to find out what's coming up next on our show. Scott?
Well, Ann, coming up next, we're going to introduce you to this week's Scholar Athlete and show you why Wheeler's Michael Thompson always has a few tricks up his sleeve. And with a wave of our magic wand, Bob Giles will appear to give us the latest in sports news from around Cobb County. Stay tuned.
Your high school career is ending with no college prospects in sight, but you still want to play. A few schools probably would offer scholarship money if they knew who you were. You need someone who can get the word out, someone who can put your name in 100 places at once. Recruiting services get you noticed. North American Sports Scouts is a local company with national contacts, and finding scholarship money for athletes is what they do. Do you still want to play? Call Prep Rally or North American Sports Scouts for more information.
This city has some of the finest restaurants in the world. Of course, it has some of the funnest restaurants in the world, too. Buffalo's Cafe. Nothing fancy, just good food and a darn good time.
Community pride comes in many forms. You can see it in your children. You can feel it on Friday nights in front of your friends and neighbors. Or you can show it in ways that aren't so plain to see. At Cobb American Bank, we feel that pride and take seriously the responsibility that comes with serving our community. Check out our 30-month CD at 6% APY or our 1-year CD at 5.5% APY. Some restrictions apply. Only at Cobb American Bank. Member FDIC.
Introducing the Hair Pizzazz haircut. Yeah, that's the ticket. Possibly, maybe, I give up. Yes, Hair Pizzazz. Put some pizzazz into your hair.
The home of the bands is in a brand new home. March up Sandy Plains Road today to Sprayberry Crossing for savings and selection at Georgia's largest instrument repair facility. You'll still find great instruments from Kahn and Hartley, plus the quality repair work you've come to expect. It's the new Music Dock, Sprayberry Crossing behind Trust Company.
Tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Huntington Learning Center at 977-2800. Take control of your future and break the failure chain for good. Call Huntington today.
Michael Thompson definitely holds his own on the Wheeler Wildcat varsity basketball team. He's only a sophomore, and as last year's state champions, the Wildcat Hoops team is no place for beginners. Mike has the shooting touch on the court, but he's also a very high scorer in the classroom. We're glad he had time for an interview. This guy has to balance basketball and his 4.08 GPA.
I love basketball. I love playing basketball. And it's sometimes very hard to balance schoolwork and basketball at the same time, right? It's kind of like a balancing act from day to day. I have to go to practice and then come home and study for the next day's test, and sometimes it gets real. You have to do a lot of work and a lot of studying.
Sometimes Mike needs a break from it all. So what does he do to relax? Well, we didn't know it, but our Scholar Athlete has a few tricks up his sleeve.
There we go. Magic. All you have is a regular, everyday quarter, and that's about it. Give it a little rub. Quarter disappears. Comes back. Magic.
Hey, Mike, don't you wish you could just snap your fingers and the homework would be done? But in the meantime, we wish you luck as you work so hard to reach your dream of playing basketball in college and eventually becoming a doctor.
Hi, this is Bob Giles of the Cobb Extra at the Buffalo's Cafe on Cobb Parkway near Acres Mill. We'll be back with news and notes from around the county after you watch the Plays of the Week.
Prep Rally TV show is a great roadmap for financial aid. If you're an athlete looking for college scholarship money, call Prep Rally to get your name to the right people. And for non-athletes, we're your guidance office for hundreds of scholarship opportunities. Call 634-7373 now for more information.
Hi, this is Bob Giles of the Cobb Extra, and we're back at the Buffalo's Cafe at Acres Mill on Cobb Parkway. Let's take a look at sports around Cobb County. On the football scene, a familiar face will be missing on the Wheeler High School sidelines next fall. By the time you hear this, Coach Jeff Hollis is expected to have signed a contract to take over the Cherokee High School program. To the casual observer, this move might come as a little bit of a surprise. Hollis had been very successful at Wheeler. He won 4 region championships in 10 years and compiled an 84-33-1 record, which figures out to a 72% winning percentage. The job at Cherokee will not be easy. The Warriors have lost 26 straight games, but Hollis is a good candidate to turn that program around, I think. He's the first one to admit that he's not the easiest guy in the world to play for, but he's the kind of person who demands commitment from his players, and he always found enough at Wheeler to give it to him, who were willing to play the way that Hollis likes, which is hard and tough. He's in his late 40s, and he just said he was ready for a change. That explains a little bit of why he's leaving. He also likes the idea of going to sort of a small town type community to coach football. In fact, this was kind of interesting because Coach Hollis originally accepted the Lassiter job, then reconsidered, and is going to go on and take the Cherokee position. Good luck to Coach Jeff Hollis because he'll need it at Cherokee. On the girls' basketball scene, well, it looked like South Cobb's Lady Eagles were ready to dominate Region 5 Quad A. They had won the Cobb Holiday Classic, looking very good. Then in their first game back after the holidays, beat Sequoia, a very well-regarded team down in the Omni. But then last week, Campbell's Lady Spartans upset South Cobb, so there's going to be a race over there, and it could be interesting. On the wrestling scene, the North Metro Tournament comes up Friday and Saturday at Stone Mountain High School, and a number of top Cobb wrestling schools will be there, including defending champion McEachern, which has dominated this tournament the last few years. But Sprayberry, Wheeler, Lassiter, Harrison, all of them will be there. Should be an interesting tournament. Gives these teams a good idea of where they are in the season. And before we go, let's present the Buffalo's Hot Wing of the Week for outstanding performance on the court. Wheeler's Sharif Abdur-Rahim had games of 33 points against Harrison and 22 against Pope as the Wildcats won both games. Congratulations to Sharif Abdur-Rahim, who's won dinner for 4 at Buffalo's. This is Bob Giles of the Cobb Extra with the Cobb Prep Rally Inside Scoop. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Bob. Coming up next, find out if these hot shots score themselves a pizza. There's plenty of scoring in big games 3 and 4, and these Sprayberry basketball players give us a few points on how to spend the lottery money if you win. More CPR straight ahead.
This spring, in the time it takes to play a football game, the SAT can determine your academic future. The last 11 years of school all come down to one 3-hour exam. So put the Huntington Exam Prep Center on your team. At Huntington, our small classes, certified teachers, full-length practice exams, and personal test-taking strategies add up to your best possible score on the SAT. Guaranteed. Your future is in your hands. Call the Huntington Exam Prep Center today.
Purchasing jewelry should not be scary. It should be enjoyable and comfortable. We have a small-town attitude in that our customers are our friends. We manufacture jewelry. We have extensive knowledge on diamonds and colored stones, and we feel that this better enables us to help serve your needs in finding out exactly what you want. Fine quality in jewelry should last you a lifetime, and it's something that you'll always be proud of.
Serving East Cobb since 1979, Edward John's Jewelers.
Play ball, Cobb County. Pro Sports is ready to meet your Little League needs with 21 years in the big leagues. Get your gloves and a huge selection of bats and accessories at Pro Sports. Hey, nobody's striking here. Shop with the pros with 2 locations, including Shallowford Road in East Cobb. Cool Spirit Wear looks like $1 million, but did you know Spirit Wear can earn your group big bucks too? Whether you're the principal or the class president, making smart business decisions is a big job. You want to create a collegiate image and you need it yesterday, but you don't want to lose your shirt either. Well, a stitch in time will make you money. Call Express Products, your answer for in-house faculty wear, spirit wear, and group wear. Express Products has the right program for your fundraising needs, and we're ready when you are. Quality, customized embroidery, and no minimum order. Call Express Products for your next order.
Have you missed yourself or someone you know on the prep rally? Call 634-7373 to get a copy of game highlights, the Scholar Athlete segment, or anything you might have missed. And don't forget, you can always get your own personal highlight tape featuring your best action. Perfect for recruiting, whether you need 1 week of action or the entire season. Call Prep Rally for your best moments on home videotape.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Papa John's Hot Shot Contest. Our contestant has 25 seconds to make a layup, a free throw, and a three-pointer. Here he goes. His layup is up. It's on round, and it's good. He now is going to make the free throw. It's up, and oh, it's off the mark. He's going to get another shot at it, though, with 15 seconds remaining. It's up, and no, he missed it again. 10 seconds left. He'll get a third try. This one's no good. He'll get another attempt with 6, 5. It's up, and off the backboard. 3 seconds remaining. 2, he's got the three-pointer, it's up! Oh, no good! Thanks for playing, and we'll see you next time.
Well, that three-point shooting is a little harder than it looks, and maybe future Hot Shot contestants can take some pointers from big game number 3. The third-ranked Lassiter Trojans took on a young but powerful Pope Greyhound team led by point guard Tara Charles. So from the Pound, here is big game number 3. Fred Wheeler and his Pope Greyhounds came out of the locker room tied at the half thanks to great shooting from guard Tara Charles. Here she drops in 2 of her team-high 13 points, but Mike Pavlak gives the sign to his Trojans, step it up. Senior Alicia Griffith hears loud and clear. She drives to the hole for an easy layup. Griffith paced Lassiter with 15 points on the night. Griffith tries for 3. No good, but 6'2" sophomore Erin Bath is there for the rebound, 2 points, and the foul. Bath can also make her mark defensively. Tara Charles tries to scrap her way to the inside, and Bath says no way. Dee Barnett sinks a 3 as the Trojans pull away from the Greyhounds and never look back. A decisive 63-41 win for Lassiter. Don't miss Scott's interview with Trojan head coach Mike Pavlak a little later on in our show.
We move back to some men's action for big game number 4 as the Sprayberry Yellow Jackets host the 5th-ranked Walton Raiders. Now, Walton's coming off a tough overtime loss to Pope, and Sprayberry's got upset on their minds. Here's big game number 4. The Walton faithful were on hand for this one, and they saw their Raiders utilize some great passing as Tom Weidman hit Paul Van Beneden for the easy 2. Walton took a 32-18 lead at halftime. Sprayberry came back in the third thanks to the three-point shot. First, it's Keith Palin burying the 3. Then Vince Johnson does the same. The Yellow Jackets closed within 5. But it's Walton coach Joe Wilson telling his squad, come on, get fired up. Off the break, Mike Herman hits Brian Oakes with the great pass for the lay-in. He misses, but Tom Weidman is right there to tip it in. The Raiders got great rebounding from Paul Van Beneden. He finished with 20 rebounds and 22 points. Walton hit the free throws down the stretch to win.
You know, all in all, we put enough together to win, and on a Saturday night game after a Friday night region game, you'll take those.
Friday night, Walton hosts Milton, and Sprayberry travels to Marietta.
Well, that wraps up all of our 4 big games, so why don't you come on over with us to Sprayberry High School, where we're going to spend a minute with Mike Elliott. He wants to make sure that his Yellow Jacket teammates know exactly what to do if they become millionaires overnight. Here's tonight's Minute, Mike.
Hi, I'm Michael Elliott at Sprayberry High School, and I'm going to ask my basketball friends what they do with the lottery if they won it. What would you do with the lottery if you won it?
I'm going to buy the Gold Club.
Okay.
I'd probably build my own basketball gym.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Neat practice.
Probably Bob, my English teacher.
Okay, that's a good idea. And your name is? Scrap. So, Scrap, what'd you do with the lottery if you won it?
I'll buy Madonna.
I'd move to the Bahamas. I would buy my own NBA team and promote myself to the youngest point guard in history.
I don't know what to do with all the money, but I probably wouldn't be here.
Probably buy Sprayberry some decent warm-ups or something.
Probably buy myself a car.
The money, what would you do with it?
Buy the Chicago Bulls.
I'll buy a bowling center.
Bowling center? You gonna play basketball there?
No, I'll play bowling. Okay. And I'll buy a basketball gym.
Okay, you're gonna play bowling. Yep. All right.
Tonight's Minute Mike is brought to you by Express Products in Kennesaw. We'll help your organization raise money through custom-made embroidery. Call Express Products for your next order.
That does it for tonight's Minute Mike. So like Stay tuned for tonight's mystery trivia guest.
Well, if I won the lottery, I'd buy a big house and eat a lot of food. Hi, I'm this week's mystery trivia guest. I play basketball for the Lassiter Trojans, and I wear number 45 and play the power forward. When I'm not scoring points on the floor, I enjoy hanging out with my friends and talking to them on the telephone. I'm easy to spot because of my 6'2" frame and my braided hair. If you know who I am, call and win.
The Wednesday night trivia question is brought to you by Pro Sports with 2 locations. The 10th caller with the correct answer wins a high school t-shirt of your choice at either Pro Sports location. If it's Wednesday night, call now.
Our show is in the home stretch, and as we promised since the beginning, we still haven't mentioned Newt Gingrich. But when we come back, we'll have a lot to say about the Lassiter Trojans as we check in for some shop talk with head coach Mike Pavlak. Stick around.
Lawless shoots. Goal USA!
Make your dreams become reality with a little help from the Soccer Plus Superstore in East Cobb. Soccer Plus is loaded up for the high school season with shoes, shorts, goalkeeping gear, and check out the largest selection of Adidas hats and accessories this side of Brazil. If you're looking for the latest and the greatest, look no further than the red sale tag at Soccer Plus. And Cobb County's oldest soccer store will take another 25% off all Adidas accessories when you mention this ad. So get it before it's gone. The complete soccer store is Soccer Plus, Lower Roswell Road at Woodlawn.
Larry, where do you think you're going with that?
The oven?
The oven, Larry? Perfect.
At Papa John's, our mission is to deliver the perfect pizza.
Welcome to the new age of cheerleading. Cheering is now a varsity sport, and now more than ever, it takes sweat to make the squad. American Cheerleading hasn't forgotten that cheering should be fun and taught in a positive atmosphere. They let you set your goal and help you become your very best, and it's never too late to start. American Cheerleading's mission is taking beginners to a level they never thought possible. Flexible enrollment and experienced coaches at one nearby location. American Cheerleading, from the basics to the best.
Play ball, Cobb County. Pro Sports is ready to meet your Little League needs with 21 years in the big leagues. Get your gloves and a huge selection of bats and accessories at Pro Sports. Hey, nobody's striking here. Shop with the pros with 2 locations, including Shallowford Road in East Cobb.
Have you missed yourself or someone you know on the prep rally? Call 634-7373 to get a copy of game highlights, the Scholar Athlete segment, or anything you might have missed. And don't forget, you can always get your own personal highlight tape featuring your best action. Perfect for recruiting, whether you need 1 week of action or the entire season. Call Prep Rally for your best moments on home videotape.
Welcome back to Cobb Prep Rally, Cobb County. We're coming to you from the office of Mike Pavlak, the coach of the Lassiter women's basketball team. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
We want to talk a little bit about your team. You're 3rd ranked. Tell us a little bit about the qualities of your team that make it one of the best in the state.
Well, to start and say anything less, I think our teamwork and our chemistry and the fact that we just have a real good time when we go out and play. The kids like each other a lot. They go out and play hard, and we've been playing together for, you know, most of them for 2, 3, 4 years now. So we've got a lot of continuity, and we've got a great tradition that we've established over the last 2 or 3 years, and so we're working to maintain and uphold that. And I think that that's where a big part of our success comes from.
Last Saturday, you played a young, tough Pope team. At halftime, the score was tied. You came out in the second half and dominated the game. What did you say at halftime? What did you do differently in the second half?
We talked. We were happy with how we played defensively in the first half, and we wanted to just try to tell the kids to maintain. We were getting shots but missing them in the first half, and felt like if we just were persistent with it and kept on, that we'd have a good chance and maybe more of those shots would go in. So we pretty much just told them to keep doing what they were doing.
Coach, tell us a little bit about Alicia Griffiths. She's the first Lassiter player to ever sign with a Division I school. How is her year going, and what do you expect for her in the future?
Her senior year is going great. She's provided leadership. She's serving as our team captain, as I guess you would expect. She did that last year as well, but she's just really having an awesome senior year. She's amongst the leaders in the county in scoring. She provides us with all of those intangibles and those things that you look for out of that player. And I know that Morehead State will really be glad to have her. We watched them play on TV about a week ago, and they did a great job, and they've got a young program. She's looking forward to getting there as well.
Wonderful. Coach, thanks again for joining us. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Cobb Prep Rally. Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same channel. We'll see you next time, Cobb County.
The Prep Rally TV show is a great roadmap for financial aid. If you're an athlete looking for college scholarship money, call Prep Rally to get your name to the right people. And for non-athletes, we're your guidance office for hundreds of scholarship opportunities. Call 634-7373 now for more information.
Right, Ann, but we do have 30 minutes of gavel-to-gavel excitement. I just...
That's all right.
But we do have 30 minutes of gavel-to-gavel excitement. Our soccer reports is back in session. We have a preview of the Buddy...
Our soccer report is back in session.
Okay.
It's no big deal. I saw that.
Hi, Cobb County, and welcome to another edition of Cobb Prep Rally. I'm Scott Kozlowski.
And I'm Ann Kokanya. Oh, shut up.
Ow. Well, Coach, last Saturday you played a tough young Pope team. At halftime, we're going to get bloopers galore. This is great. Tell us a little bit about Alicia Griffith. She is the first player in Pope, or in Lassiter history. Damn, man, this is not my day.